welcome back. So today is Tuesday, December 6th. I'm essentially starting this vlog today on a Tuesday. I took one little clip yesterday of my lunch, which I will insert now. So yesterday I made ramen with steak for lunch and it turned out so good. I've been craving ramen forever. I follow a bunch of like TikTokers who make like different Korean recipes and go to different places and try different like Korean food, and it always makes me super hungry, and so I've been craving ramen for a while. So I had that for lunch yesterday, but other than that I did not film any clips yesterday. It was actually a really productive day. I worked from home yesterday and I was able to get 2 videos completely uploaded and edited. One is fully uploaded. My Christmas decorating video is not going to be too long. It's not as in-depth as my Halloween one was. So that is fully uploaded and won't take very long to edit. And then I also filmed 3 different videos for my like end of the year stuff. So I filmed a video about all of the books that I DNF'd in 2022. Then I did my least favorite books of the year. And then I did my favorites of the year. So all 3 of those are filmed. They just need to be uploaded. The DNF one is already uploaded, just needs to be edited, and then the other ones I need to upload. So all in all, I think I worked on like 6 or 7 videos in some capacity yesterday, which was awesome. All while also doing my work. I also like cleaned our bathrooms, cleaned out our sink, our kitchen. Not the entire kitchen, but usually like the sink with dishes. You can tell that we like didn't do anything over the weekend come Monday, because our sink is always like full of dishes, especially like coffee cups and stuff. So I got up yesterday morning, I got everything put into the dishwasher, cleaned out our sink, cleaned the sink, got the dishwasher running, all that, cleaned like our bathrooms. I didn't finish the bathrooms, but I got them started. And like I said, did all those different videos and editing, all that stuff, plus did my work. So like I said, yesterday was really productive. So that's why I ended up not filming anything, because when I did have my camera, my phone going, it was to film those end of the year videos. So technically we are starting this vlog today on Tuesday. Like I said, I am currently on my way to work. It is about 7:54 now. I am running a little bit late. Usually I try to leave by like 7:40, but I was, my husband has a little bit of like a stomach bug, and so I was helping him with some stuff, and also he got a jury duty summons, which sucks, but he has really bad anxiety, and he is also prone to seizures when he gets very stressed out, and things like jury duty where he is like surrounded by other people, has to go by himself. It's downtown, which is really stressful trying to find parking, and it's like not in the best neighborhood, and you also have to park pretty far from the courthouse and then walk to the courthouse, which is hard for him to do because he has a bad knee. So just everything all together, doing jury duty is something that really stresses him out. It causes him a lot of anxiety. So typically he will see if one of his doctors will like excuse him from it. So he wrote his kidney doctor and asked that they would excuse him from it, especially since his transplanted kidney that he got in 2012 is now 10 years old, and the usual like life expectancy of a transplanted kidney is about 10 to 12 years old. They're 10 to 12 years. So it is definitely on the potential like end stages. It's not failing or anything, thank God, but it is more likely to happen now that it has been so long. So things like high blood pressure and like stress can cause it to fail. So that's something that we really need to be careful about. So the doctor did excuse him. They're going to write him a note. So I was helping him with that, getting the summons over to the doctor so they can fax it into the courthouse and do all that stuff. So all that to say, I'm running a little bit later than I usually am, but I'm not too worried about it because I usually get to work like 15-20 minutes early anyways, so now I'm just kind of cutting down that time that I'm early, so that's fine. What else? We were supposed to be having, I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos, that we were supposed to be having the service for my mother-in-law this week on Friday, but we ended up having to cancel it and reschedule because they don't have her plaque in. We're not really sure what happened, but we've been waiting since March for this plaque, and somehow they like never started working on it when they were supposed to, and so now it's not ready in time for the service, so we're having to reschedule it. And then on top of that, we may end up having to reschedule the service for my husband's grandparents as well, because his grandfather is supposed to have a full like military honors at his service because he was in the Marines, and we're waiting for them to call us back as well, and that's supposed to be on the 19th. So he still has a little bit of time for that one, but those are all things that are causing him stress as well. And like I just said, we're trying to avoid stress with him. It's already kind of a harder season because it's his first holiday season without his mom, without his grandparents. And Saturday's his birthday as well. So I do need to stop at like Walgreens or somewhere at some point and get him a birthday card. He's been doing stuff to his car, which is basically his birthday present. I think he's going to be doing one more thing to the car this week. I don't know for sure, but if he does, we'll end up having to go drop his car off on Thursday. I'm really hoping that they will tell us that we can work from home soon. They keep hinting at it, like work from home like 5 days a week. They keep hinting at it, and I don't know if they're doing it to just kind of string us along, kind of, or if they're actually like intending to do it. And I say that because they've done it to us in the past, where they've told us, okay, you guys are going home permanently, and then a month later they're like, haha, never mind, come back to the office. So we're all kind of taking that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I'm headed into the office now. Tuesdays are slower because there's less of us in the office. The good thing is that we do get to pick what days we're in the office. So Tuesdays there's only like 4 or 5 of us out of the 15. So I'm really excited for tomorrow though, because today is one of my coworkers' birthdays, and I just realized that I had wanted to make her a birthday present. She likes My Favorite Murder, the podcast, and I do as well. We've talked about it before a few times, and so I was going to make her a little cup with some quotes from it for her birthday, and I just realized that I like completely spaced it and forgot. But tomorrow, when the whole team is in the office, we all pitched in and we're going to order sushi for lunch because she really likes sushi, instead of doing a potluck like we always do. So maybe I'll try to make it tonight, the cup, and then I can give it to her tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, so tomorrow we're ordering sushi from a pretty popular sushi place in Vegas. They have like a party platter that comes with like 80, like a mixture, like 80 different pieces of sushi, and it's like a mixture of different types. So we're gonna do that tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. I don't get to eat sushi very often because my husband doesn't like it, and there aren't very many places that serve like sushi and like something that he'll eat. So usually I only have sushi like when my coworkers have it, or when like they'll go out for lunch for it. We also have our like company holiday party coming up. That's, I think, is going to be on the 15th, so maybe I'll be able to get some clips of that. But yeah, other than that, that is basically it. Today's day 6 of, I got an ɪİsᴛᴏᴅ advent calendar this year. I saw it last year and I really, really wanted it, but it was sold out by the time I found out about it, so I wasn't able to get it last year, so I made sure to get it this year, like as soon as I saw that it was on sale, and I'm really loving it. Today's day 6 of it. Today's was just like a normal coffee, I think from Mexico. I didn't love it. I think it might be because I put like Dunkin' creamer in it, and I think it just didn't go very well. But I was trying to save, my husband's been using the like 2% milk, so I was trying to save that for him. But yesterday I made a like iced dirty chai using the pod that came out. It was an espresso pod, and it was so good. So I'm really loving doing the advent calendar. And then starting the 12th, I believe, is when I'll start doing the unplugged book box advent calendar, which I'm super excited for. My owl crate box, I believe, is on the way. I'm not sure when the unplugged, this month's unplugged box will go, like, be shipped, but I know the owl crate box shipped early for once, because usually they ship late. What else? A new book came out today that I'm super excited about. Anastasia by Sophie Lark came out today, and I immediately went and got it. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so I was able to pick it up. And I've been looking forward to this book for like months. I really like Sophie Lark's writing. She wrote, I forget what the second book is called, but the first book is called There Are No Saints, which I really liked. I haven't read the second, or did I read the second book? No, I don't think I have read the second book yet. But the first book is really good. It's about like this girl who kind of gets stuck in between these two like competing serial killers, and she ends up falling in love with one of the serial killers. And it turns out that she's actually kind of evil and like crazy herself. And so when she realizes that the man she's sleeping with and works with, is a serial killer, she thinks it's a turn on, and it doesn't dissuade her in any way. So now I think the second book is them teaming up against the other serial killer. I haven't read it yet, like I said, but I really liked the first one, and I am a sucker for an Anastasia retelling. So I'm really excited to see how Sophie Lark does it. I know it's supposed to be like a dark romance, and I believe it's based on what I've seen on Instagram. So I really need to pick up the physical copy. I'm hoping my grandparents or somebody will send me like Christmas money or a Barnes & Noble gift card so I can go get the physical copy, because the physical copy has these beautiful illustrations in it. She's been posting, so I follow Sophie Lark on Instagram, and she's been posting pictures from the physical book, and they are gorgeous. So I definitely want to try to pick up the physical copy. But like I said, I immediately picked up the Kindle Unlimited version, the Kindle version, and from what I've seen on Instagram, it looks like this is going to be like a darker version of the actual like Anastasia animated movie. And I'm totally here for that. That is one of my favorite books. I mean, my favorite movies. And I grew up watching that movie, and I love it. So I'm hoping that that's exactly what it is. Like a darker version of that would be amazing. So I'm probably gonna start that on my lunch today. Also, my plan for today is to focus on my book, like planning and plotting. I have my like new notebook that I put together. I brought it with me, and I'll try to work on that as well too. I'm trying something a little bit different with like my to-do list and my like planning for the week. Instead of kind of jumping all over the place and working on different things, I've found that I am like working on one thing, and I'll work on it for an hour, 20 minutes, whatever, and then I'll move on to the next thing, and then I never finish the first thing that I was working on. So I'm trying to not do that, and I'm trying to like commit to one thing at a time and actually finishing that thing before I move on to the next thing. So that's what I did yesterday, and like I said, it worked out really well. I only focused on editing and filming those videos. I didn't read, I didn't write, I didn't like journal, nothing, any of the like other side things that I usually do. I didn't do. I focused solely on editing and recording. And like I said, it was super productive day. So I'm going to try to do that again today as much as I can from work. And then I think tomorrow I'm going to work on orders, because I do have I think I have 3 or 4 orders right now. This past weekend was really great. I ended up having, I think it was like 8 or 9 orders to send out, which was great. And now I'm already back up to 3 or 4, I think. So I really appreciate anybody who orders from my Etsy store. every time I get a new order, I do like a little happy dance. I love seeing pictures of people using my cups, especially the BTS ones, because I know like that they're just as important to other people, other ARMY, as they are to me. And just knowing that I can bring like that love to somebody else, and they have something that they can use like daily as a reminder. I just love the idea of all that. So I'm actually gonna do a code. So if you watch this and you order something from my Etsy shop, which is always linked below, use the code YouTube and you will be able to get a discount. I will give you a 30% off discount if you use the code YouTube, which means the only place I'm putting that code is right here, right now in the video. And like I said, my store will be linked below. So I know that if I see an order pop up and you use that code, I know it's because you watched my channel, you watched this video, and I want to show my appreciation for that. So I have a custom order. There's one customer who has ordered for me repeatedly, like almost every new cup I put out she orders, which is amazing. And we've become friends on Instagram, and she already has an order in that she put in last night, and then this morning she wrote me about a custom order, which I'm really excited about. So I want to see if maybe I can work on that design today too, maybe. And then I also have another design that I was working on at home. I was kind of playing around with it and testing it out, but I didn't love the way it came out. I think it was just the way I did it on the cup. It came out crooked and didn't look right, but I'm gonna play around with that some more because I really like that idea. I just ordered a set of like 12 cups like 2 weeks ago, and I'm already down to only having like 2 left, I think. So I'm going to be needing to order another set of cups soon, which is amazing. I'm going to be ordering once I get to work, our niece and nephew's Christmas presents from Amazon. And I'm also ordering myself a new like tripod, one of the ones that you can use like handheld or like on a tabletop, or the like stick like extends and you can actually use it like as a floor stand type tripod. So I'm gonna order one of those. I'm really excited about that. The tripod that I have is either handheld or like tabletop, but it actually broke. The little like gimbal part of it that turns and moves broke, so I need a new one. So that's gonna be coming soon. One of the things that I've been thinking about that I'm not worried about, but just been thinking about and like considering, is the fact that we have our cruise coming up in April, and the final payment for it is actually due in January, at the end of January, and we haven't like put aside specifically any money like from our checks and stuff for it. We do have like plenty in our savings where we could just pay it from our savings, which is probably what we're going to end up doing. But my husband doesn't love doing that. He tries not to touch our savings if we don't have to. So I was trying to figure out a way to just take it from our checks, or take as much from our checks now as we can between now and, you know, the end of next month, so that we can take less from our savings. But this year's like the most expensive time of year, with presents, and like all in the span of December, we have my husband's birthday, Christmas, and our anniversary. And so it's a lot of presents to buy, a lot of stuff to do. So it's hard to try to take more money from our checks. So I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. So yeah, I've been kind of thinking about it. How can I make it work? I was thinking I could put like any money that comes from Etsy towards it, which will help, but it's not like a ton. It's not like I'm getting thousands of dollars from Etsy yet. Hopefully someday that'll be the case, but it's not right now. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we're gonna have to just take it from our savings and then like pay ourselves back once we get our taxes in February. We always go to the same tax guy. We've been going to him for 5 or 6 years probably. My whole family goes to him. We usually go to him like right as soon as we both get our W-2s, and we usually have our like our tax return back by middle to end of February, I think. So only a few weeks after the final payment for the cruise is due. So I think that's what we're gonna end up doing, is just paying it out of our savings and then paying ourselves back once we get our tax return. But yeah, I'm super excited for our cruise. We're going with our friends that we went to Disney with this past May. We're also going to be staying after the cruise in Orlando to scope out the area, check out different houses, model homes, all that kind of stuff. We were talking about how it would be really cool if we could just build a new house in Orlando. Prices are really, like, you get a good value for what you're getting there. Here in Vegas, you can't build a new house like a, what do you call that? Like a standalone house. It's not like a townhouse or something. And there's a word for it, but I can't think of what it is. You can't build something like that here now for less than like $400,000 or more. Maybe out in Vegas you can, in certain parts of Vegas maybe, but definitely not in the area where we live. But in Orlando, there are certain areas like further out, like on the outskirts of Orlando, that you can build a brand new house for like $250,000 to $300,000, which is for like the base price, you know, which is like unheard of here. You can't even find a pre-owned or whatever already built house here for that much. Even already built houses here are like $400,000. So to be able to build a house there for like $250,000, you could add all of the upgrades and whatever that you want and still be at $400,000 and be at the same price as you would be here, but for a brand new house. So that's something we're thinking about. That's something we're going to look into when we go there. And then we're also going to be going to Disney in next November for Thanksgiving with my family. We were just talking about it the other day, and we were thinking, last time we did this, we went and we stayed like the week before Thanksgiving. We got there like the Saturday before and then stayed through Thanksgiving and then left like the Saturday after Thanksgiving, like after Black Friday. But this time I think we're going to do it different. I think we're going to fly in maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, and then fly out and then stay like the following week. Because if we stay after Thanksgiving, then we can probably go to one of the Christmas parties. So it'll be Thanksgiving and then right into Christmas. So that'll be really exciting. Hopefully we can do that. But those are all things that we need to like pay for, obviously, and put money down for. We need to pay for our hotel in May. Well, we're gonna fly out the night before the cruise, so we have one hotel night that we need to pay for there. And then, like I said, we're staying after the cruise, but we're gonna stay in the Airbnb. So we're not like within the Disney bubble, so we need to pay for the Airbnb as well at some point. It'll wait till next year, but we need to buy our airline tickets, which are no joke. Airline tickets are so expensive now. And then we need to put our down payment down for Thanksgiving for next year. So a lot of things coming up, a lot of money to be spent. My husband, oh, I completely forgot, I didn't even say anything. My husband actually has an interview today for a manager position, which would be amazing. I think it's just like a phone interview, but I think he said it's at 11:30 or 12. So I need to text him when I get to work and wish him good luck and all that. I will keep you guys updated on how that goes. This will be the third or fourth time he applies for a manager position, but it's always within like a different department. So they end up going hiring internally, like from that department, which makes sense. But you know, if this is the time he's meant to have it, God willing, it'll go well and he'll get it. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, that is about it. I am almost just basically at work now. I've been rambling basically this whole time, so we'll see how much of this I actually keep in the vlog. Yeah, that is basically everything going on. It's about 8:16 now, so I'm gonna get inside so I can get my computer and stuff set up. I was hoping to do like a reading update and talk about what books I'm reading this week, other than the Anastasia one, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna have time to sit out here and chat a little bit more. So I will maybe do that after work when I get out. If not, I will do it tonight and I'll talk to you guys about what books I'm reading then. Otherwise, I hope you have a great Tuesday and I will see you guys later. Hey guys, welcome back. So it is about 8:15 on Tuesday, December 6th now. I am working on editing all those videos that I said I filmed yesterday. So I have about 3 or 4 videos to get filmed and scheduled up on YouTube. I have my little notebook for my book that I'm working on, that I worked on at work a little bit today, and I kind of have prepped and I'm ready to sit down and start plotting more, but I'll probably save that for Thursday when I work from home because I can really focus on it. Yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Work was good. There are a lot of us in the office on Tuesdays. I think I said that this morning. So it was pretty quiet. But tomorrow's gonna be a good day with all the sushi and the birthday party that we're having, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, that is basically it for today, so I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. So it is Wednesday. I don't think I've updated anything today. I meant to this morning, but I didn't get to. Today was a work and office day, so it was busy, but we did. It was my coworker's birthday, so we ordered a huge platter of sushi and stuff from this place down the street from where I work, and it was super good. The sushi was really fresh. We really liked it. We paid $90 for a big platter of sushi, and we each put in 10 bucks, and we ended up having 10 to 12 rounds of sushi each, so it was perfect. So that was really great. And then I have some Amazon orders here, or boxes here. A couple of those are gifts for our nieces and nephews, and a couple are some stationery journaling things that I have. So I'm gonna open them and I'll show you guys what I got. Okay, so I opened up the boxes. I got everything out. 2 of the things were presents for our nieces and nephews, like I said, and a couple of the things were for me. We have more orders coming throughout the rest of the week. We have 2 or 3 more presents coming for the kids, and then I have an order of 20-ounce glasses coming for my Etsy shop. But I got this for myself as a little treat, so I'll show you guys what I got. Okay, so the first thing I got was this box of washi tapes, and I love that they're already color coordinated. So I'm really happy with that. I'll be able to obviously use a variety of colors. And then the next thing I got, also I love that it comes in this little box, so it's easy for me to just keep it all in there. The next thing I got is this journal. So I got ɪḻsᴛᴏᴏᴅʀᴇᴅ, I think it's how you say it, journal. It's a Japanese brand. There's a girl I follow on Instagram who does gorgeous journaling, and she kind of inspired me to get this. She uses one, and so I thought it was going to be thicker. I feel like I could probably go through that pretty quickly, but it does say it's 192 pages. So, but like I said, this is a brand she uses, and she does a lot of watercolors and stuff like that, which is kind of the stuff I want to do. So hopefully the pages will hold up and it won't bleed through a lot and stuff. But yeah, I'll tag her Instagram below because everything she does is gorgeous. 2022 has been, for the most part, a pretty good year. A lot of really good things happened this year. We got to go to the BTS concert in April with Ray and Talon. The next month, or a few weeks later actually, we got to go to Disney World with my other friend and then her husband and our friend. We've been friends for a long time, so we went to Disneyland with them, and then we went to Disneyland with my husband's side of the family, which was really fun. And yeah, so even though there have been some bad things this year, it's also been a really good year. So I kind of wanted to start documenting that and do a look back on 2022 and then continue on journaling in 2023. So that's what this is for. I already have a ton of stickers and stationery stuff upstairs. So the main thing that I really needed was washies. I definitely want to get more of patterned ones, but for now this is definitely a good start. So yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and kind of start playing around with this. So I'll show you what I end up doing. Hey guys, welcome back. So it is Thursday, December 8th now. I don't remember if I checked in this morning or not. I don't think I did, but it is about 2:14 now. Today has been super busy. Work has been busy, which is why I'm going to kind of keep working and talking. But yeah, today has been super busy. Work has been busy, like I said, and then my husband had a appointment with his kidney doctor. So we both like to be present for those, especially now that his kidney is 10 years old. The lifespan for kidneys is usually between 10 to 12 years. So we just like to both be present for those in case, you know, knock on wood, God forbid there's anything wrong. We can both, you know, kind of listen to what the doctor has to say and everything. But he got a good report. He's working on losing weight to help his blood pressure because he does have high blood pressure. But other than that, his kidney levels look pretty normal for a kidney that is as old as his is, which is really good. And yeah, so we did that. We are, I think I mentioned this the other day, dropping off his car at the place that did the lights and stuff that I showed last week or the week before. And they're gonna they have to fix something on it. So we're gonna drop that off tonight. And then tomorrow my husband's off because he has to go have the labs done. Or I'm sorry, that's not true. That was last week. He has tomorrow off because originally it was supposed to be the day we had his, like, the burial or interment for his mother. But we ended up having to reschedule. I don't know if I already talked about that, but we ended up having to reschedule it. It's gonna have to be after the new year because they don't have her plaque ready for the mausoleum. So he already had the day approved off and he has enough PTO time, so he ended up just keeping it off and he's just gonna hang out and relax for the day. I work from home, so it'll be an easy day. And then then Saturday is his birthday, so Saturday we're gonna be going out to dinner. I think we're gonna just go to Cheesecake Factory. All of his favorite restaurants unfortunately have been like closed down in town, so he doesn't really have any restaurants that he like loves right now. So he decided he just wanted to go to Cheesecake Factory, so that's what we're gonna do. Fine with me, I love Cheesecake Factory. I already made the reservation for us for Saturday after church. We might go to a movie this weekend maybe. I'm not sure, we haven't really decided, but the biggest thing that is going on right now is that we are having to change our plans for Disney for next year, for 2023. So we're changing our plans for 2023 for Disney and our cruise. Turns out that our friends that we are going with can no longer go on the cruise. For just personal reasons, they can't go on it anymore. So we are going to kind of switch gears and we're going to do just Disney World instead. That's what we did last year. And we had a really good time with them. It's one of the highlights of the year. So yeah, it's a bummer to not be able to go on the cruise, but it's not the end of the world. We love Disney World anyways. And honestly, going to Disney World is a little bit cheaper. And like the final payment and stuff won't be due until the end of March, I think, or beginning of April. So, which is a lot better, because otherwise we'd be having to make final payment in like a month. And so it's coming up quick. So that actually puts things out another few months, which is good for us. So yeah, that is what we're doing. We have emailed our travel agent, and I think she's on vacation, so we're just kind of waiting for her to answer. And then, yeah, we're going to switch things around. I think we're going to stay at Pop Century, which is a little bit different. We've never stayed there before, but it was a good price. It was actually only $100 more to stay at Pop Century versus the All-Stars. And Pop Century, I think, is a little bit newer than All-Stars. And it is on the Skyliner, which is a huge, like, plus. It just makes things a lot easier. So we're going to do that. And then I think Nick and I are actually going to go out. So our friends will arrive the 24th of April, I believe. We're going to get there the 20th? I think the 20th of April. And we're going to actually stay in an Airbnb outside the Disney bubble in Orlando, so we can check out the different areas, look at like model houses, new houses, and model houses, like established, already built houses, houses that are like up for sale and stuff. So we can do some research before we fully commit to moving and start like really getting the process going. So that will be stuff that you guys will see in 2023, is really like the process of us moving. So I'm excited to get that started and to get to like document all of that. And yeah, so now we're basically just kind of working on switching all those plans around, changing you know, changing like our expectations and just like what we were looking forward to, you know. We're still really looking forward to it. We love Disney. Like I said, we had a really good time all together last year, and yeah, we're hoping that it'll turn out to be really good again next year. So yeah, that is oh, and then we might end up actually scheduling a cruise. We were already planning to go to Disney for Thanksgiving with my family, so I think maybe we'll just do a cruise like after Thanksgiving. Maybe there's a sailing that leaves on Black Friday, so maybe we'll do that and just do a cruise then. Yeah, that is basically the update for now. I'm just gonna keep working. I have a few more cases I need to work on, and then some like outside stuff I'm working on. I have some orders back here that need to go out or need to finish making so they can go out over the weekend. I have a customer on my Instagram who ordered like a custom cup that I just did the design on, so I need to, and she left the design like completely up to me. She just gave me like the theme she wanted. So I finished the design last night. I need to actually print all of the vinyl and get it on a cup and play around with it and see how it looks. So that's all stuff I'm going to do today, hopefully, if I have time, because we are leaving like at 4:30ish to take my husband's car. So I will think I'm gonna do like a little like working, you know, B-roll montage thing right now, and then I will check back in later. So it is, I don't even know what time it is now. I think it's like 7 maybe. I just got home. We went and dropped my husband's car off at the car place. Went and had dinner. We just grabbed some Pan Express real quick. And I came home to some packages. A couple of boxes of book mail and another box. I'm not sure what it is. So I thought that I would open them up and share it in the vlog with you guys. I think one package is from a publisher, and the other one is my book of the month box with some really exciting books in there I'm super excited about. So yeah, let's get these opened up and see what we got. So the first box came from Amazon. I don't know if somebody sent me something like from my wish list or what, but let's find out. My Alfred box should be here next week sometime, I think. And then I'm not sure when my unplugged book box will get here. I also received a Christmas card from my grandparents, so that's exciting. Oh, duh. Okay, so not anything from my wish list. It's actually just the cups I ordered from Amazon for my Etsy shop. I needed some 20-ounce cups, so I ordered a set of 4 of those because I have somebody who ordered a 20-ounce glass, so that's what that one is. I totally forgot those were coming. So this is a pretty heavy one. It feels like there might be more than one book here, maybe. This is from Shadow Mountain Publishing. So they always send me some pretty good books. They just sent me the paper, what's it called? The Paper Daughters of Chinatown. There's an adult version of the book that I read a couple years ago. It was one of my favorite books of 2020, I think. And now they made it like a middle grade version. And they sent me a copy of that, and the cover is gorgeous. I think I might have shown it on here actually, or maybe I posted it on my Instagram when I opened it. I'll have my Instagram linked below, but they always send me books that I really like. And the person that I work with at Shadow Mountain, her name's Callie. She's really nice. So let's see what we got. Well, that's a pretty cover. So they do a lot of like historical fiction, like romance, like what's that one here? Proper romance, I guess they call it, and like Regency ones, stuff like that. So here's this. It is called A Heart Worth Stealing by Joanna Baker. When does this come out? This comes out in May, and that's another thing is they always send the arcs like months in advance. It's December. This doesn't come out till May. And actually, I appreciate that because it gives me the time to read it. I don't feel like I have to read it like right this second. So I always appreciate that. So here is that one. So I will read that one sometime, probably in April. So it looks like this takes place in England in 1802. So I like historical fiction. I don't read a lot of these like Regency romance or proper romances, whatever they're called. I don't read a lot of them, but I'll give it a try and see how it goes. Usually a lot of the romance I read is usually like contemporary romance, but this one has a really pretty cover. You can see that. So it's called Beauty Reborn by Elizabeth Loham. Fantasy and reality collide in this retelling of Beauty and the Beast, about a young woman's heroic quest to save herself. Okay, I would definitely be reading that. When does this come out? May 2023 also. Also, it doesn't look like it's super long. Is that it, really? This is only 195 pages long. So I could probably read that in like one sitting or one day. So I would definitely be reading that sometime soon. So those are the 2 books that they sent me. There are 2 arcs they sent me. So thank you, Shadow Mountain, for those. And now, Book of the Month. So we have my Book of the Month box. I have a link for Book of the Month down below right now. By the time you see this, I don't know if it'll still be active. But right now, if you sign up, you can use my link down below and do it as well. Or you can just go through the Book of the Month website and use the code WONDER. You can get your first box for $5 right now. So it's a big deal. And I tried it. You can actually still use my link down below and you can still get it for $5. So again, I don't know how long that promotion is going on, but my link is always down below. So let's open this. I already know what's in this and I'm so excited. I'm probably going to be picking one of these up for sure here very soon. So the issue that I'm having, actually let me open this first. So, okay, let's see if I can do this without spilling everything or showing my address. So, I don't know if you can see that. Here is that. So, also, the 2022 book of the year is Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I've heard a lot about this book. I actually tried to get it from my library. I'm on hold for it, so hopefully it'll come soon. These are some cute little stickers. Oops. They always send a little bookmark. And then we have Kiss Her Once for Me. This is a super cute, as you can tell, probably like Christmas story. This is obviously from the December box. I love this lilac-y purple color. So this says, it's the best time of the year. 1 year ago, recent Portland transplant Ellie Oliver had her dream job in an animation. In a Christmas Eve bookstore meet cute with a woman she fell in love with over the course of a single night. But after a betrayal the next morning and the loss of her job soon after, she finds herself adrift, alone, and desperate for money. So obviously this is queer as well. So I already knew that, but that's mainly why I picked it. Queer and Christmas, perfect. Since finding work at a local coffee shop, she's just getting through the days until Andrew, the shop's landlord, proposes a shocking drunken plan. A marriage of convenience that will give him his recent inheritance and alleviate Ellie's financial woes and isolation. They decide to spend the holidays together at his family's cabin to keep up the ruse. But when Andrew introduces his new fiancée to his sister, Ellie is shocked to discover that his sister is Jack, the mysterious woman she fell for last Christmas Eve. Now, over one very festive week, Ellie must choose between the safety of a fake relationship and the risk of something real. So that sounds really good. I love like forced, like either fake like marriages or fake relationships or marriages of inconvenience. Love it. So I'm really excited for that, which I would definitely have to read this month as well because obviously it's Christmas themed. Then this one I'm super excited about. Here, I don't need to say much because this is all over the place. Babel. Everybody has been talking about Babel, I feel like, recently. Even though I think it actually came out last year. But I feel like it's been all over Bookstagram, BookTube, Book Talk. It's been everywhere recently. And Ray just read it and, like, absolutely loved it. And she's been like singing this book's praises and the author's praises for like a couple weeks now, and so I have been wanting to read it anyways, but we usually have pretty similar tastes in books, so yeah, everybody's like loving this book, so I had to get it. It's pretty big actually. I don't think I was expecting it to be that big, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be starting this soon. This is definitely, I feel like, one of the like biggest books of the year, like the most popular and most hyped, so we will see if it lives up to the hype. But yeah, that is basically everything for right now. The problem with starting this is that my coworkers, I think I mentioned either in this vlog or last week's vlog, that I kind of started like a little book club with my coworkers. We just finished Den of Vipers on Kindle. I'm about to start reading ACOTAR. None of them have read ACOTAR before, and so I'm going to be rereading it, and they're all reading it for the first time, and I'm so excited. So I kind of want to focus on that, but I definitely want to read this too, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is basically everything for now. I'm just gonna go down and relax because it has been an absolutely crazy day. It's been kind of a crappy day. It's just one of those days where like one thing after another goes wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna go cuddle on the couch with my husband and the dogs, may have some eggnog, and just hang out, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
I was fine without even a scarf, but the espresso warmth and morning sunshine and...
Hey guys, welcome back. So welcome to a chilly, rainy Sunday evening here in Vegas. It's about 4 o'clock right now. It's not raining too hard, it's sprinkling right now, but I came out to get the mail, so I thought that I would show you guys the weather today. It's just like a perfect cold, like it's chilly but it's not freezing, you know. Rainy winter day, my favorite kind of weather. I love cloudy days like this, especially when it's cold. We have been out Christmas shopping. We went to the mall earlier. Had breakfast this morning. Finished up our Christmas shopping. I think we're officially done with Christmas shopping. And then came home to hang out for a little bit before we go get dinner. I think we're just gonna grab some pizza. So I'm gonna try to work on some orders while we're at home. My ɪḻsᴛᴏ box is here, so I'll probably film my ɪḻsᴛᴏ unboxing and just hang out. So yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a little update, show you this awesome weather, and I will check back in later.
Finishing soon, and I'll start taking the cable cars off. So in Caribbean Beach they have this whole line of tracks that they can offload all the cable cars onto, so they're not actually...
Okay, so it is about 8:30 now. I am sitting here editing the rest of this week's vlog. I've got all of the clips loaded. I'm just finishing up editing it. I just edited my Christmas decorating vlog. That is actually late. It was supposed to go up last week, and I completely forgot about it. So I need to get that up. Need to get this vlog done so that I can post it tomorrow. And I'm working on all of my end of the year videos and stuff, so that I can get those done and scheduled. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna end this vlog here so I can get this up and be done with this week's vlog. Tomorrow starts a new week's vlog. I'm hoping to do things a little bit different, and now that Nano is done and everything, and all our Christmas shopping and stuff is done, I can focus more on reading, because I have not been reading very much the last few weeks. And there's some cool stuff coming up this coming week, so I want to like combine like a weekly vlog and like a reading vlog and show more of what I'm reading and give more reading updates and reviews and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll be coming tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope you had a great week. Thank you so much for watching this. Please like the video down below, subscribe if you haven't. One of my goals for 2023 is to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Help me get there. I would really appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below if you have any suggestions, anything you would like to see. I do live in Vegas, so there's all kinds of stuff. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog.